Good morning, everyone. Today we will continue the chapter 6 Combustion and Flame. In our previous class, we have discussed about combustion, definition of combustion we have seen, and then we have seen the examples of combustible substances. We have discussed about the ignition temperature, inflammable substances, conditions necessary for combustions, and how do we control fires. That all we have discussed. We have seen that CO2 is the best fire extinguisher because it can use to control all type of fires. Okay. Now today we will discuss the various types of combustion. What is combustion? That already we have discussed. That is, it is a chemical process in which oxygen combined with substance, that is an oxidation reaction, and during this process a large amount of heat and light is evolved. That is combustion. Now, so what are the different types of combustions? So we can classify the combustions into various categories. The first one is rapid combustion. Rapid combustion is a combustion in which a substance burns rapidly. As we can find, the word itself tells its meaning, rapid. So very fast process is that. Okay, so the substance burns rapidly and produces heat and light. Example, burning of white phosphorus, then burning of matchstick, burning of papers, burning of petrol. These all comes under the rapid combustion. The next one is spontaneous combustion. The combustion in which a substance catches fire on its own at room temperature without being ignited. We have not done anything. That is spontaneous. Okay, we are not doing anything. We are not providing the flame. We are not providing the ignition temperature. We are not doing anything, but that substance catches fire on its own. That is a spontaneous combustion. For example, yellow phosphorus. If we kept yellow phosphorus in the air, immediately that yellow phosphorus will start burning because the ignition temperature of yellow phosphorus is very less. Okay, same you have discussed in the chapter metals, non-metals, sodium and potassium. They also catches fire when exposed to the air. Another example is forest fire. Okay, in forest fire, dry leaves blow with the air, and because of the frictional force, that heat generated. So exactly, no one is doing anything. That is a natural process and spontaneous process. So that's why it is the example of spontaneous combustion. The next type, here are some examples of a spontaneous combustion: the forest fire and coal dust in coal mines. These are also the examples of spontaneous combustion. After that, the next type of combustion is explosion. It is a type of combustion where huge quantity of heat, light, along with these two things. Another thing is that is sound. Sound is produced. Okay, and along with the sound, we are having the large evolution of gases also. Okay, so that is what explosion. Light and heat is generated in all type of combustion generally. Okay, but what is the difference between explosion and the other type of combustion? Basically two things. The first one is sound, and the another one is that large amount of gas. Examples, your heart have burned crackers during Diwali, so you know what is explosion. Okay, the next type of combustion is slow combustion. Very slow process. So this process is slow, and that's why it is very difficult to find out the to observe the temperature change in this particular process. Okay, for example, rusting of iron. In rusting of iron, the process is very slow. It takes near about 7 to 10 days, depends upon the moisture content in the atmosphere. Okay, so for that particular process, the heat is also evolved, but because it is a very slow process, so to observe that evolution of the heat is very difficult. Okay, similarly, another slow combustion is respiration. Okay, respiration is also an example of combustion, though we are not emitting the light, we are not emitting the flame just like the dragons. Okay, we are not emitting, but you can feel the heat while exhaling the gas. Okay, while we are exhaling the gas, when we breathe out the gas, so that is little warmer. So that we can observe. So this is also a type of combustion, slow combustion. After that, the next topic which we are going to discuss today, that is flame. Okay, basically we have to see the candle flame. So first of all, we must know what is flame. So flame is the reason where combustion of gaseous material takes place, and because of that, we can say it is the visible part. Okay, it is the zone of combustion of a combustible substance. Substances which vaporize during the burning, they produce flame. The substance which cannot convert into vapors, they cannot burn with the flame, like coal. Okay, coal and charcoal, they do not burn with the flame because they are not able to produce the flame, because they are not able to convert into the vapors. And the substance which can convert into vapors, they can burn with flame. For example, candle and wax. Now here we are talking about the candle, so we must discuss about the structure of the candle flame. You all have seen the candle flame, every one of you, no? So in that candle flame, you can observe the different colors. Some part is having blue color, some part is having yellow color, and in the middle part you can see the black color is also there. So different colors is there. So we can classify the candle into different zone. Okay, we are having outermost non-luminous zone. Here, that zone is in direct contact with the atmosphere, so it can take enough amount of oxygen from the atmosphere, and if sufficient amount of oxygen is there, so complete combustion will take place, and because of the complete combustion, we will have the highest temperature in that particular region. So the outermost zone, that is also known as the non-luminous zone, that here we will have the complete combustion and the highest temperature. After that, if we are talking about the middle zone, so that is luminous zone, because we can observe that yellow color part, exactly the flame part, yellow color flame. Okay, that is yellow in color because here we are having the partial combustion. Now, why partial combustion is there? Because this part will not get the sufficient amount of oxygen, because it is not in the direct contact with the atmosphere. The outermost layer is in the direct contact with the atmosphere, not the middle one. So amount of oxygen is there, but as compared to the outer one, the amount is little less, and that's why partial combustion will take place. So because of that, the temperature will also less than the outermost zone. So here it is moderately hot and it is luminous because of the partial combustion. Now, if inside it you can see that black color part is also there, that is the dark inner zone. In that dark inner zone, actually no combustion takes place. Why no combustion? Because in that part exactly no oxygen is there. Outermost part is in the direct contact with the atmosphere. Middle part, less oxygen availability is there. But if we are talking about the innermost part, so because of the presence of that outer layer and the middle layer, the inner one is not getting chance to make a contact with the oxygen. So oxygen availability is very very less, and that's why no combustion will take place. And because no combustion is there, that's why it appears black. Okay, unburned carbon particles of the wax are present here, and that's why it appears black in color. Now, no combustion is there, not at all, and that's why if we compare the temperature, so that is the coldest zone. This particular flame is the coldest zone. Now, below that black color, just the near that thread of that candle, here you can observe the blue color also. This is the lowest blue zone. Now, in this zone lies at the bottom of the flame, and the color is blue. Blue, that means complete combustion. So here complete combustion takes place because this part is in the contact with the atmosphere, the lower one. Okay, so plenty of air is there at the base, and that's why we can observe the blue color. So this is about the candle flame. Now in the next class we will discuss about fuel. Thank you.